Hi, in this videos we are discussing about ants. According to a study, the world's ants make up around 12 million tons of dry carbon. This is approximately 1/5 of what an adult human weighs. Have you ever wondered how many ants there are in the world? Possibly not, but we have certainly thought about it. A rough solution is provided by some studies. We conservatively estimate that there are 20 quadrillion ants on the planet. That is 20 trillion, or in numerical form, 20 trillion. 20 with 15 zeros. We also calculate that the 12 million tons of dry carbon that make up the entire world's ant population. This is greater than the combined mass of all wild mammals and birds in the globe. Additionally, it equates to around 1/5 of the weight of an adult human. Invertebrates, including insects, are the little things that run the world, as the eminent biologist Edward O. Wilson memorably put it. Particularly important to nature are ants. Ants play a variety of activities in the environment, including aerating the soil, dispersing seeds, decomposing organic matter, establishing habitat for other species, and contributing to the food chain. Estimating ant populations and mass provides a crucial baseline for monitoring ant populations in the face of unsettling environmental changes. Counting the ants in the world. Ants come in more than 15,700 different species and subspecies, many of which science has not yet been able to name. Ants have a highly developed social structure that has allowed them to colonize almost all ecosystems and geographical areas worldwide. Many naturalists have wondered how many ants there are on Earth due to their remarkable abundance. But in reality, these were only informed hunches. There hasn't been a systematic, evidence-based estimation process. The study includes the evaluation of 489 ant population studies carried out by colleagues in ant science from all over the world. Among them were works written in languages other than English, such as Spanish, French, German, Russian, Mandarin, and Portuguese. All 7 continents were included in the study, as well as the main urban, desert, and grassland environments. Pitfall traps and leaf litter samples were employed along with other standardized techniques for the collection and counting of ants. As you can expect, this is frequently arduous job. Calculate that there are roughly 20 quadrillion ants on Earth based on all of this. Although conservative, this number is 2 to 20 times larger than earlier projections. The earlier estimates took a top-down strategy, assuming that ants make up around 1% of the estimated insect population of the planet. Our bottom-up estimate, in contrast, relies less on assumptions and incorporates data on ants that were seen in the field. How much each ant weighs? The amount of carbon that an organism contains is often used to calculate its mass. According to our calculations, 12 million tons of carbon are contained in the dry weight or biomass of 20 quadrillion average-sized ants. This represents around 20% of all human biomass and is greater than the biomass of all wild mammals and birds put together. An ant's dry weight is around 50% carbon. The overall mass of all ants in the globe would be even greater if the weight of other biological components were taken into account. On the surface of the Earth, ants are irregularly dispersed. In general, they peak in the tropics and differ by a factor of 6 between environments. This emphasizes how crucial tropical areas are to preserving robust ant populations. Ants were unexpectedly common in arid locations as well as in forests. However, in ecosystems created by humans, they grow rarer. There are a few limitations to research findings. For instance, the dataset sampling locations are not evenly distributed throughout the various geographical areas. Additionally, the vast majority of samples were taken from the ground, so we have very little knowledge on the amount of ants in trees or underground. This indicates that our conclusions are not entirely complete. Everybody needs ants. Additionally, ants give humans essential ecosystem services. For instance, a recent study discovered that ants can assist farmers in growing food more effectively than insecticides. Other organisms and ants have evolved close relationships, and certain species of ants cannot exist without them. For instance, some birds use ants to lure their prey into the open. And in exchange for protection or seed dissemination, thousands of plant species either provide food for or shelter for ants. Additionally, a large number of ants serve as predators, which control the numbers of other insects. Alarmingly, there is a global decline in insect populations as a result of stressors such as habitat loss and fragmentation, pesticide use, invasive species, and climate change. The scarcity of information on insect biodiversity is disturbing. In order to close this gap, we anticipate that our work will serve as a baseline for future research. Monitoring ant populations is in the best interests of humanity. It's simple to count ants, and citizen scientists from all across the world might contribute to research on how these significant creatures are faring in the face of rapid environmental change. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe the channel for more interesting videos.